Welcome back to Sports World from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. We're at the Pan American Games with the show this week, and you know they love their football in Brazil. They love their football elsewhere around the world too, but how much do they love it in the United States? Well, the great David Beckham has landed in Los Angeles with his new team, the LA Galaxy, trying to revitalize the sport in that country. And Al Jazeera's Carrie Brown was there when Beckham hit LA.
David, you've not had a minute to stop, have you?
No, I haven't actually.
I'm going to ask you just to take one and have a look at your new home.
It's quite nice.
Tell me what's going through your mind right now, looking at it.
I think just all the positivity that's been shown to me so far. You know, I think the American public and the American people have been so positive to my arrival. And the turnout today by the fans and the media has been incredible.
When you signed 6 months ago, it was a very different story. Dropped by England, then subsequently dropped by Pele. You've gone from hero to zero. How on earth do you get back again?
I don't know, it's just something that has always happened in my life and my career. You know, every time that I have had some sort of setback, I seem to have come back stronger, and I hope that I can carry on doing that throughout my life and my career. You know, this year has probably been the most testing and the most difficult throughout my career. So I've got through this one, so I'm ready for anything really.
Is it your self-belief and your ability to come back that makes you believe single-handedly that you can make soccer mainstream in the US?
I've always had the belief in my ability to play football or to play soccer. So, you know, coming here, you know, trying to be part of a culture that really, you know, if you look at it, it's one of the biggest sporting nations in the world. The top 3 sports doesn't include football. So I'd like to make a difference. I'd like to take soccer and football to another level, and to a level that can compete with the other great sports in America.
Awesome. He's just so good at soccer. He's very nice. He's one of the best players in the world.
Pele says you can't do it without some support of some players of your standard. How are you going to do it?
Well, hopefully this might create, you know, opportunities for other players to come to the US and to play football, not at the end of their careers, but, you know, at a stage where they can still perform at a higher level and create, you know, the chances, because that's what America needs.
You got any old teammates showing an interest, watching how you're going?
No, not at the moment, you know, but, you know, maybe in the future that will happen, but we'll see.
Now let's focus here on the Galaxy, because it's important to quickly gel with your team, make sure they know what we know, that the icon is the icon, and you're very down to earth. Your socks smell as bad as theirs do when you've been training. How do you let them know that quickly?
They'll only find that after they've trained with me the first couple of days, but I think that's one of the biggest challenges, obviously, because in my career, you know, people see what actually comes with me and the circus that follows me. It's important for me to get in the change room and let them see that, you know, I'm actually one of the lads.
There's one man that you constantly seem to have to impress, Steve McClaren. How do you make sure that you're not on the other side of the world and giving him that excuse not to play you?
Well, I think, you know, he's brought me back into the team now, and you know, I was happy and I'm honoured always to play for my country. And he said to me that if I'm fit and, you know, if I'm obviously ready to play for the country, then you know, he'll pick me on my form, and he's proved that. I've been working hard even on my holiday. I've been doing like 45 kilometres a day for the last 10 days, and on a bike, which has been pretty tough because I've had the bad ankle, and I've been trying to do as much physically to keep myself in shape as much as possible. So that's all I've been doing, really.
Tour de France next then.
Exactly, we'll see, you never know.
And looking at LA, I've been here for 2 days, and I might be getting an inkling that it might not be the $250 million that brought you here. When this dies down a bit, you might be able to pop out for a pint of milk. Is the family coming to countenance here?
Well, I hope so, because they're the normal things that I love doing. You know, I love going to food shopping. I love, you know, I drive my car every day. I'm not a person that gets driven around. So, you know, I do as much normal things as possible. That's the way I've always been. That's the way I've always run my life. But it's a special place to live, and you know, there are many celebrities here, and there is a lot of attention on us as a family at the moment. But hopefully that will die down, and if it doesn't, then we'll deal with it in the right way.
Victoria looking stunning today. You must be very proud of what she's doing.
Yeah, she always looks great, but you know, to have her here today, to have her support, is always important for me. And you know, she's got a big few months ahead of her as well, going back with the Spice Girls, and you know, they're going to enjoy their time, enjoy their comeback. You know, because it's about time that they celebrated what they did and the success they had, you know, many years ago.
Alexi Lalas admitted to me he was swept away by the Beckham hurricane. He thought he got it all, but really it's taken him, swept him off the Galaxy. Are you even a little surprised?
I am today, actually, because I think that the amount of media attention, the amount of fans that turned up, really shocked me. So I have to say thank you to all the fans that have showed the appreciation, and also to the police in the US, because they've really looked after us, so thank you for everything.
Well, Brazilian sportsmen have certainly distinguished themselves in various sports and various arenas around the world. This one is where they are really starting to make their mark as well. Obviously great football players, but beach volleyball has been dominated for the last 10 years or so by Brazilians. Around the world on the international tour, even at the Olympics, it's usually a Brazilian on the top of the podium. There's one man who's won just about everything, including an Olympic gold, but not yet a Pan Am gold. Most people think that will change here in Rio. There is really not much more for Emmanuel Rigo to accomplish in this sport. He's played more than 10 years on the professional tour, has earned millions of dollars. He's the player who's won the most tournaments, the most money, the most world championship titles. And in 2004, he and his current partner, Ricardo Santos, won the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. Still at age 34, Emmanuel loves to play and continues this nomadic existence, flying around the world, playing beach volleyball for as much as $22,000 US a weekend, representing Brazil and showing his skills. So far, on the 2007 edition of the World Pro Tour, Emmanuel and Ricardo have won 4 times in 8 stops.
Well, Emmanuel, if there's anybody who can do it, he's one of the best.
This year is a really challenging year for all the beach volleyball players, because I can see all the new teams coming up, and they have a huge development from last year's. I think this qualifier of the Olympics is the key for all the success of the young teams. This is a kind of a motivation I need in my career. All the time when I see young teams coming up like this in this year, I can see I need to change something in my game as well.
Emmanuel, who like many Brazilian sports stars goes by just his first name, has seen a huge growth in the game he loves. Coming from the public beaches of Brazil, where he remembers playing whole tournaments for an entire weekend, with the prize being just a t-shirt and a kit bag.
When I started, it was a hard time to get sponsors, because they don't know about the game. They say, it's not a real good sport. But now they can see it's a fun for everybody. I think in Brazil now we can see a lot of families playing together beach volleyball. After we won the gold medal, I saw many young kids start to try this new sport. It's exciting for me to see how evolution had this sport in these years.
With all you've accomplished in the sport, do you get enough respect in Brazil, or is Brazil all about Ronaldinho and Kaká? I mean, obviously those guys are the sporting gods, but do people know Emmanuel in Brazil, and do they know what you've achieved?
Yeah, this is a different story in Brazil. When you talk about sports, soccer is the best one. Everybody knows everything. I think, but in these 5 or 6 years behind, volleyball and beach volleyball has so much respect. After the gold medal of the indoor team in our gold medal in Athens, I think almost everybody knows in Brazil knows who are Emmanuel and Ricardo, and knows the volleyball indoor team. That's a good achievement for the volleyball as well as the Brazilian.
And at the technical timeout.
As for the Pan American Games, Emmanuel and Ricardo have taken some time off the lucrative World Tour, where players win big money and also accumulate points to qualify for the Olympics. They will have to skip an event or two to be in Rio, representing Brazil and chasing a gold medal on the sand in front of the home fans. It will cost them some winnings, but Emmanuel wouldn't miss it.
3, but he finds a way to get that ball into the court and scores a point.
Yes, I'm very excited to play this Pan American Games in Brazil. I have this chance in playing my country with one title I don't have in my belt with Ricardo. Another thing, this will be, if we can go, can get this gold medal, will be the first time a man in Brazilian situation have a gold medal in Pan American Games. We'll be excited.
That's going to do it for this edition of Sports World, coming to you from the busy, bustling city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, site of the 15th Pan American Games. The people from Rio call themselves Cariocas, and we'd like to say a big obrigado to all the Cariocas for their hospitality this week. And don't forget, as always, you can keep up with all the sports news and information you need on our website at aljazeera.net/English. I'm Brendan Connor. Ciao from Rio. You're watching Al Jazeera.